Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Howard Grant. If anybody watched my last video, I know a few of you did, you saw me unbox, install, and test out the Motoalliance quick hitch attachments for my tractor. Things went pretty badly and I got a little frustrated with it. It was really starting to annoy me. Come to find out, it's really not their fault. Quite honestly, it's my fault. It's the tractor's fault. And I will explain that later on in the video as to exactly what I'm talking about as far as as being the tractor's fault. But one of the things that you absolutely have to have is a spreader bar. Quite honestly, these hitches are just about worthless unless you've got something to keep those arms from moving around on you while you're trying to hook up your implement. So that's what we're going to do today. Today I am going to put together, and over the course of the next couple of days, I'm going to put together a spreader bar of my design, sort of. And you'll see what I came up with for a solution. There's plenty of videos out there that show their solutions. I tried to come up with something a little bit different. We'll see how it works out, though. We'll explore this process together. Before we move on to the actual building, I'd like to ask everybody to please like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully I can build this channel and turn it into something a little bit more professional. Right now I'm trying to use my phone instead of the computer and camera setup that I had before. We'll find out if it works better or if it's just as equally as frustrating as that laptop and camera was. So anyway, let's get to building. All right, so this is what I came up with for my spreader bar. I wanted to make something unique for me. But unfortunately, everywhere I looked, I really wasn't finding what I wanted to find. I viewed a bunch of different stuff on YouTube and just wasn't finding what I wanted. So I ended up doing what I initially said I was going to do and going with the turnbuckle. I thought about maybe using a bolt with a left-hand thread. You've got to have, now that one's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This one is lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. That's how a turnbuckle works, for those of you who don't know. So I could not find left-hand thread nuts and bolts where I live. I don't know. I could probably order them off the internet, but I found this at Runnings. When I lengthen it all the way out, it's between here and here, 17 inches. The plan is to straighten these curves out so that I have one long piece. This will add about 4 inches per side, 8 inches. And then I cut off these little pieces of square tubing. They will get hole drilled here and here and here, all cleaned up, one end cut off. Those will get welded onto the ends of these eye bolts, which won't be eye bolts anymore when I'm done with them. Then I'll take these old lag bolts that I had laying around. They just happen to be 1/2 inch, which worked out perfectly. I'll cut these off, drill a 3/16 hole for these 5/32 hairpin clips. That should work theoretically. So let's get started. First things first, though, these are not safety glasses. So those go bye-bye. These are. Those go on. All right, let's get to work. Perfect. Right here. All right. Oh. Hang on. Oops. Didn't get that very straight now, did I? Thought I did. Okay. Let's try that again. Good. mark on the other side. Oh, look at that. Come on. All right. There we go. That's the 2 holes on the sides. I'll do the other one. And then I'll do the end holes. Where'd I put the mark? There it is. One of these days I'll have a nice, well-lit shop. One of these days. Yep, I keep saying that. Right there. Alright, now I gotta do the end ones, which I marked. Oh, there it is, right there. Now, oh, you know what? I'm going to have to take that little burr off of there. Maybe if I bend it. Right there. Being obstinate. Alright, so there we have it. There's one. Ooh, didn't get that hole centered very good, did I? Well, it doesn't really make much difference. It's not going to affect the operation. Neither one of the holes are centered. So anyway, there we have it. That's one. I'll get this other one done up, and then we'll get to welding. Okay, so after I shut the foam, I guess, whatever, after I stopped taping last night, and yes, it's a new day, okay? New t-shirt, I decided to go ahead while I was at the drill press and drill the holes there in the lag bolts for the hairpin clips. And then I countersunk them, and I took a file and I got the burrs off them. And the reason why I did that is, how many of you out there have ever tried to drill a hole through a solid, rounded object? Yeah. Nobody needs to hear that kind of language. So I cut it off, and I did the drilling, and I chamfered. All I got to do with those now is just cut them off. But first, before we go, this is what I ended up with for the ends. I didn't get this. The problem with this shop is I got right now is that the lighting sucks. And I really couldn't see what I was doing. And I got some of the holes a little off. And I also noticed why I couldn't get the these holes to drill all the way through. I thought I was running out of quill movement, and I realized I was drilling through the bottom of the thing. So anyway, let's get these cleaned up. not going to bother cleaning up that because that's going to get cut off afterwards anyway. All right, that's about as clean as it needs to get. So let's now cut these ends off. There you have it. This will go on the end of here like that, get welded in place, and what will eventually be the pin will go down through there and lock the... So let me get this one cut. I'll get the pins cut off, and then I'll be back and we'll start doing some welding. Okay, hopefully you can see what I've got here. Wait a minute, let me turn the light on. You can probably see better with the light on, which I forgot to do earlier. Okay, so here's what I've got. I've welded a piece of angle iron to my bench so that this holds the rod perfectly still, like that. And then, because of the square end of the angle iron, these will be square to each other. So, I'll put my welding gloves on. Now, unfortunately, I didn't really think this all the way through. I'm going to have to do this right-handed because, well, I want to block the arc from your eyes, and also because I probably should have done it the other way around. But, oh well, that's life. Let's put a little bit more light on the subject. And holder. Over. I don't think I need to lock it in again. All right. I will throw more weld on that, and yeah, because I got the hole off-centered when I drilled it, because I can't see what I'm doing, but I get this all welded around here, and down inside there. That should be pretty good and solid. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So let me weld this up, weld up the other one, and I will come back and show you what else I've got going. Well, actually, it should be pretty much the completed project. But let's, oh, for anybody that cares, I'm using flux core only because I haven't had a chance to get to the gas company to buy some C25. I'll get there. Probably, I'm almost out of oxygen and acetylene on my torches anyway, so I'll probably take that and I'll go buy a box of bottle of C25. I've got some regular MIG wire in the cupboard, but it's just convenient for me right now to use the flux core because I don't have gas. So that's what I'm using. I think it's 035. It's whatever crap came with the welder. I don't know if you can see it over there. Let's see if I can bring you over. Vulcan 215 from Harbor Freight. So far it's been a really decent welder. I've got no complaints with it. I'm really looking forward to when I can buy some gas and get that so I can run actual, well, it'll be C25, so it won't be MIG, it will be mag welding. Yeah, there's a difference, guys, for those of you who are uninitiated. So anyway, I will be right back as soon as I get these things all welded up. Well, there it is. All done. More or less. It ain't beautiful, but it should work. I think I noticed, I didn't realize it when I bought this, this is aluminum, which means you got steel threads going into aluminum. I'm not particularly crazy about that. I didn't realize it when I bought it. I just happened to notice it. But there it is. It's and if I measure this right now with everything all screwed all the way in, it's let's call it 19 inches. So for my ballast box out there, all I got to do is screw this out a little bit. What I do like is this is hex shaped. Fairly simple, just to put an adjustable wrench on there, and a little bigger than that one obviously, but I make my adjustments however I need to make them. So I think what I will do is I will go throw a coat of paint on it, and I will be back with you probably tomorrow. Quite honestly, I'm really not in the mood for screwing around with this anymore today. So tomorrow I will, or actually this afternoon, I'll throw some paint on it and give it a chance to dry, and then tomorrow we will actually see if this thing's going to work. One thing I've noticed, I've used this setup for a couple of weeks now, and if you look right here, you see this is loose. I could pull that pin out. Oops, there we go. Gotta remember to keep my other hand steady here. I could pull that out if I wanted to, right? All right, we go around the other side. That is locked up tight. Now I'm guessing it's because, well, I'm not guessing, I know. It's because the tractor is tipped one way and the ballast box is tipped another way, and it's binding. And all I'd have to do is just pick up on the arms a little bit. That would come loose. Done. No problem. But one thing that I thought I should mention after having used this for a little bit. The other thing I noticed was, you'll see a lot of guys will, especially if they're using the PAT system, they'll say, oh, you just measure how wide your implement is. And that tells you how wide to make spacer bar. Well, this doesn't work that way with this one. With this one, I took a measurement from here to over there, 25 inches. However, from the center of this point to the center of that point is 21 inches. So you have to deduct 4 inches. If you're going to buy a set of these and you're going to measure the size of your implement and then adjust your spreader bar, whatever you end up making or using for a spreader bar, you got to remember to reduce it by 4 inches. Other than that, so far I'm pretty pleased with the way these things work. I'm looking forward to getting something else for an implement so that I can play. Anyway, let's get this in the garage and we'll see if that new spreader bar is going to work. Okay, so one thing you guys didn't see after I shut the camera off for a moment was me dumping my box over again. This tractor has a very annoying feature, and that's this lever right here. It catches on the pocket of my pants, and what happens is as I'm sitting down on the tractor, I flip that lever up, and those arms come up, and I mean they come up fast. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're coming up, and it dumped my box all over the place before I had a chance to stop it. So anyway, let's bring you over here. And that's a pretty good angle. That's not bad. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna have to find someplace else to put these pins now. All right, let's see. Well, the other thing I found out, shut the tractor off, these don't stay up. They fall. So I had to prop the arms up on a bucket. Don't remember, back when I used to work with my brother-in-law on the farm, I don't remember them if they used to do that. Let's see. Okay, so. Put this one in. This one in. All right, you remember now, I said I had to have a distance of 21 inches between here and here. So, we turned in. We're at 19 now. Which way you gotta go here? This one. That's a little over 20. And a half. $21. Right on the button. So there you have it. There's my version of my spreader bar. All hooked up and ready to go. Now we get to find out if I can actually hook the box up to this thing, ballast box. So let's go give that a try. Okay, apparently it decided to quit taping on me for some reason. Alright, let's try this again. As you can see, as long as you get it lined up, you're all set. didn't flip it over. Whoa, almost did, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I mean when I bought that thing there. Well, I'll tell you what, when it comes up, it comes up. Seem to set down in there like some, I'm not sure why. That would be an idea. My pin fell down. Alright, I'll be right back. Magic! Yeah, I know. The box is tipped back a little bit. That's why at least now the box can't tip over. Some strange reason that particular pin does not like to fit down into that. Might be the arms aren't adjusted correctly. The way I got it when I first bought it, so I haven't touched it. But there you have it. The spreader bar does what it's supposed to do, as long as I do what I'm supposed to do, and the tractor does what it's supposed to do, but it seems to work. Oh. I'll go put this thing away, and we'll talk some more. So there you have it. The spreader bar works, does what it's supposed to do, seems to work well. I'm happy with it so far. We'll find out. I'm not too, as I said earlier in the video, I'm not too sure about the steel on aluminum. They tend to chemically react and corrode, so we'll see how sitting out in the elements, how that affects it. But anyway, for the moment, it seems to work pretty good. I want to thank everybody for watching and sticking through the video to this point. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about me using my phone as opposed to that other camera setup. It can be a bit of pain in the butt. One problem with this particular phone that I've got is there's no way for me to stop it from going to sleep. The display will time out after 10 minutes, and that's the maximum I can set it for. My old phone, I could shut that right off and it would stay on as long as I wanted it to stay on, but this one won't. So I'm not too keen on that. But I'm not about to go out and buy a new phone. Heck with that. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. And in the next video, we're going to do something with 40 gallons of RV antifreeze. I'll let you ponder on what that something is going to be. But in the meantime, thanks again, and everybody have a great one.